Makidi ki compare kata gikunde moko kaka bondo. Nuanka is very advanced.
Makama nagi kanya koram gajongo. Kiny makabuono bende maine chieng' tich ariyo chieng' tarik 21. Okiny makabuono bende komiti mochung' ne od bura mano mochung' ne arita e od bura bende nogwelo mar mondo mi Kipchumba Murkomen jatend migao mochung' ne weche mag arita chope nyime. En kanyakla kod ogoi mar obila pachoka Douglas Kanja kanyakla kod director mano mar okwach kich Mohamed Amino chope nyime. Gisani mane chenro mabende dhi nyime. Wanyana matin kapok wadhi nyime kod twak marwa.
Or at some point about the general threats and challenges we face regionally, not just national. And the more you get to know these things, the more you want to invest more in our security sector. In urban areas have also experienced a notable increase in gang-related activities, and I'll be coming back to the statement of this March in detail on this issue, with criminal groups terrorizing residents and road users, particularly in Nairobi, Nakuru, and parts of coastal region. Of particular concern are recently daylight robberies in Nairobi. That was in February. At least a lot has changed since February, involving motorbike gangs. The period has also witnessed a heightened political environment arising from rallies organized by opposition leaders and from different factions. These events are characterized by hired goons who disrupt rival gatherings, occasionally causing confrontation and property damage. In some cases, the police have faced criticism over the management of such events, including allegation of excessive force, bias, or delayed response. However, despite the blame, the police are committed to professionalism in maintaining law and order. As I said, I'll revisit that statement, combining it with this one. What is the crime trend? That's part one. In the period under review, a total of 48,545 cases were reported as compared to 49,325 cases the previous period, which was lesser cases than the year before, denoting a decrease of 780 cases, a decrease of 1.6%. On the crime analysis, during the period under review, offenses under the category of other offenses against persons, assault, creating disturbance and affray, were the highest, followed by other penal code offenses, which are the highest was 12,305 cases, followed by the other penal code offenses, 8,226, which is 17%. The first one was 25%. And then stealing accounted for the 16%, which is 7,829. Dangerous drugs were 3,851 cases, which are a representation of 7%. Offenses against morality were 7%. That's defilement and rape, defilement, and such other offenses, otherwise known as sexual offenses, properly so in Sexual Offences Act. 3,478. Offenses involving police officers, corruption, and traffic offenses were minimal. Decrease in crime rates was recorded in most categories of offenses except traffic offenses, as illustrated in the table. And you'll see the table there. Homicide cases were 1,509, and the previous time it was were decreased. Previously it was 1,509. Homicide cases now became, in that period, 1,413. Offenses against morality, 3,738, and it reduced to 3,478. Other offenses, robbery, breakaways, theft of stock, stealing, theft of by servant, vehicle, and other thefts, they are all listed there, and so forth, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Chair. If you look at there's a graph that is presented there. Then there are hotspots listed in the relevant pages. You will see it for yourself. Northeastern, places like Favi, Uluko, Elders, places like Ramu, Arabia, Lafay. In Nakuru, Kaptembwa is very prominent, Bondeni, Free Area, Nakuru CBD, Trans Nzoia is places like those Chepchoina, Falkland areas, Narok Town, Nangata, Barikoi. You remember the incidents we had there. Kitengela, Isinya in Kajiado, other places in Samburu like Maralal, Baragoi area, Kisumu Ndogo in Uasin Gishu, Munyaka, Huruma, Mwanzo, places in West Pokot, especially Lami Nyeusi with their border with Turkana, Viika, places like Luanda Town, Busia, and so forth. I'm just picking some places. Machakos in Mlolongo and Joska at the river areas. In Kisumu, places like Manyata slums, Nyalenda slums, among others, became like the epicenter of, those are just generally hotspots for different kinds of crimes, and the table is provided. In terms of specialized units in place to address mugging and robbery with violence, crimes, and prevention measures, Sir Chair, the service has several interventions in place to address incidents of mugging and robbery with violence. Excuse me. These include increased police presence in identified hotspot areas and deployment of standby response teams to attend to distress calls. The following areas are categorized. Following are categories of officers engaged in these efforts: foot and mobile patrol by general duty officers to enhance deterrence and to facilitate arrest of suspects, undercover police teams deployed to conduct covert operations and intelligence-led interventions, Crime Research and Intelligence Bureau, which supports investigation including tracking of stolen electronic devices, crime scene investigation unit responsible for documentation, preservation and processing of crime scenes, forensic experts, Operation Action Team, and Operation Support Units. These are some of the units available for that work. Crime prevention measures, conducting regular mobile and foot patrols. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Nyakoronga Jong mano kanyo Jatend migao mochung' ne weche mago mag arita mano migosi Kipchumba Murkomen entiere kanyo e nyim komiti mar od bura mano no weche motenre kod arita oloso kotendre kod chal mano mar arita e pachoka. Katika mano kwaduogo bende studio ote moko bende neno mago mag jopiny ma bende penyo kaluwore kod ng'anyo wan pok owinjo kama nitiere katika mano akene ng'aton wach kotende ine ja siasa e pachoka inyalo nyisowa nang' kotende kod wach ng'anyo maliekore ni ji dwaro ng'anyo kaluwore kod nengo mamalo mano mar mauta ng'anyo mabende oduong' kod kweth mapingo piny wacho kawuono.
Katiba ma Kenya oyiene ng'ata pango ng'anyo. Kendo idhi notify police ni chieng' makamaka mae sama kamaka mae waluyo makamaka wa ng'anyo nikech mage ma. Mano yiene gi ng'amo pango ng'anyo no koluwo chik maber oyiene. Mak mana kapok adonje ng'anyo nyaka penjre to ng'anyo no en gi faida to ng'amo luonge nikech ka be ng'anyo moluonge ja Kenya wuon ma kawaida ma pinygi e wach maisha matek to yot mondo donje to ken ng'anyo moluonge ja siasa mondo gergo o build go profile mare to kadhiye. Mar ariyo